Hey there, you're looking kind of cute. Don't forget to subscribe and check out all my other socials. Enjoy.
Lachlan was alone in his garden, near the rose bushes, when something surprising happened. He was using a garden spade to work in the dirt. Suddenly, the spade hit something hard. Metal hit metal, making a loud noise. Something hidden under the ground was about to be found. Lachlan kept digging and found something strange and shiny. It was a round object, about the size of a baseball. Its color changed between silver and chrome, and it reflected rainbow colors on the dirt. Lachlan's muscles tightened and relaxed quickly. His bones felt like they were melting and changing shape. The feeling seemed to last both a very long time and no time at all. His mind felt lost in a strong feeling. Lachlan felt grass on his face. He heard birds singing. The sun had moved in the sky, and the shadows were longer. His whole body hurt in ways he could not explain. "Oh, God." The voice that emerged was wrong. Higher, softer. Panic flooded through a body that felt fundamentally altered. Hands, smaller hands with slender fingers, pushed against the ground, lifting a frame that moved differently, weight distributed in unfamiliar ways. The back door stood 20 feet away. Those 20 feet became an eternity of stumbling, catching glimpses of blonde hair falling past shoulders, feeling fabric strain against a chest that shouldn't exist. The gray t-shirt hung loose around the waist, but pulled tight across new curves. The bathroom mirror revealed the impossible. A woman stared back, heart-shaped face framed by shoulder-length blonde hair, green eyes wide with shock. The gray t-shirt stretched across breasts that hadn't existed hours ago. Jeans that had fit perfectly now hung loose around narrowed hips, held up only by a belt cinched to its tightest setting. This isn't real. This can't be real. But touching confirmed every impossible change. The face in the mirror moved when commanded. The body responded to thought. This was reality now, however incomprehensible. The metallic sphere sat on the bathroom counter where trembling hands had placed it. No amount of pressing or prodding produced another flash. Whatever transformation it had wrought appeared permanent. A knock at the front door interrupted the spiral of panic. "Lachlan, your car's blocking me in again." The roommate, David. Explaining this would be... There were no words for explaining this. "Just a minute!" The feminine voice still shocked. Clearing the throat didn't help. This was simply how vocal cords worked now. Jeans slipped down hips with every step. The belt couldn't cinch any tighter. Walking felt alien. Hips moving differently. Center of gravity shifted. The door opened just a crack. "Listen, David. Something's happened and... Who are you? Where's Lachlan?" The question hung between them. Truth seemed impossible to voice. There was an accident. Kind of. Look, can you just move the car yourself? Keys are on the kitchen counter. Lady, I don't know who you are, but you can't just be in someone's house. I'm calling the sphere, in the backyard. I was digging up the rose bush because it was dying, and I found this metal sphere, and when I touched it... David's expression shifted from suspicion to concern. "Are you feeling all right? Maybe you should sit down." "I'm Lachlan. Yesterday we watched the game. You drank all my beer and promised to replace it. You still owe me for half the utilities this month." His face went pale. How could you know?" "Because I'm your roommate. The sphere changed me. I know how insane this sounds, but look at my driver's license. Look at my face. Same eyes, same nose structure, just different." 20 minutes of frantic explanation later, David sat on the couch, head in his hands. "This is insane. People don't just change biological sex. It's not possible." "Tell that to my body. We need to get you to a hospital." "And tell them what? That I found an alien artifact in my garden? They'll throw me in psychiatric hold." "Then what do? You can't go to work like this. You don't have ID that matches. You don't have clothes that fit." The reality crashed down like a wave. Every aspect of life had just become impossibly complicated. "I need clothes first. These jeans won't stay up much longer. The mall's open until 9. I can't go shopping like this. You can't stay in falling down jeans either. Look, I'll drive. We'll figure this out one step at a time. The car ride passed intense silence. David kept glancing over, as if expecting his roommate to suddenly transform back. The seatbelt pressed uncomfortably against unfamiliar anatomy. Every bump in the road provided new reminders of how fundamentally everything had changed. The mall parking lot felt like a spotlight. Surely everyone would know, would see through the ill-fitting clothes to the impossibility underneath. Relax. You look like a woman in her boyfriend's clothes.
That's all anyone will think. Easy for you to say. The automatic doors whooshed open, revealing a world that suddenly felt alien. Victoria's Secret loomed to the left, its pink and black decor somehow intimidating. Target anchored the far end, a safer bet for someone who had no idea how to shop for this body. I'll grab a cart. You just try to act natural. Natural. As if anything about this situation approached natural. The women's clothing section sprawled before them, an overwhelming array of options. Sizes meant nothing now. Everything required guessing. Maybe start with basics, underwear, some t-shirts, jeans. Heat-flooded cheeks that burn too easily now. I can't buy underwear with you standing there. Fine. I'll go look at electronics. Text me when you're done. Alone among the racks, the task felt insurmountable. A saleswoman approached, her purple blouse pristine, name tag reading, Claire. Can I help you find anything? Yes. Everything, actually. I lost my luggage and need to replace basically everything. The lie came easier than expected. Claire's face lit up with sympathy. Oh, honey, that's awful. Let's start with basics. What size do you usually wear? I'm not sure. My weight changed recently. No problem. Let's get you measured. The fitting room became a crash course in female clothing. Claire brought options: pink blouses, floral skirts, dress pants in navy, underwear in basic cotton. Each piece felt foreign but necessary. This pink really complements your skin tone, and these floral patterns are perfect for spring. The mirror reflected a stranger wearing a soft pink button-down and knee-length skirt with tiny daisies printed on cream fabric. The clothes fit properly, unlike the masculine outfit left crumpled on the fitting room floor. I'll take these, and maybe a few more tops? By the time David returned, shopping bags filled the cart. Pink blouses, cream cardigans, 2 floral skirts, navy dress pants, and undergarments that actually fit. The total made the credit card cry, but necessity won. You look different. Thanks for noticing. The ride home passed quicker, adaptation already beginning. The skirt required different positioning, legs together, fabric smoothed beneath. Small adjustments that felt monumental. What about work? You can't exactly show up Monday like nothing happened. I'll call in sick, figure something out. For how long? This isn't going away. The sphere sat on the kitchen counter, mocking in its silence. No amount of research revealed similar objects or experiences. Whatever technology it contained remained beyond understanding. Days blurred together. David helped where he could, teaching skills never previously needed. Makeup became a daily battle, mascara stabbing eyes, lipstick never quite even. Walking in heels progressed from impossible to merely difficult. Higher steps, roll your foot. No, don't stomp. This is ridiculous. Why can't I just wear flats? You can, but you said you wanted to blend in completely. Blending in meant embracing this new existence fully. The pink blouses became daily wear. The floral skirts swished with each movement. Hair required styling now, blonde strands needing brushing and arrangement. 2 weeks into this new existence, the inevitable couldn't be postponed longer. I need a job. Savings won't last forever. But you don't have documentation, no ID, no social security card that matches. Then I'll have to find something under the table, cash only. The bookstore on 5th Street had a help wanted sign that seemed perpetual. Small, independent, likely to bend rules for the right person. The pink blouse felt appropriate, professional, but not overdone. The cream cardigan added respectability. The owner, a woman in her 60s with silver hair, looked up from her romance novel. You hear about the job? Yes, I saw the sign. You have experience with books? I read constantly. Fiction mostly, but I know my way around most genres. Can you work weekends? Absolutely. When can you start? Tomorrow? Perfect. I'm Edith. And you are? The pause stretched too long. A new name was needed, something that fit this new existence. Alana. Well, Alana, be here at 9 tomorrow. We'll do paperwork then. Paperwork with fictional information, but it was a start. The bookstore became sanctuary. Customers knew only Alana, the blonde who recommended mysteries and restocked romance novels. The pink blouses and floral skirts became uniform. Heels gave way to practical flats that survived 8-hour shifts. That's a perfect choice for your book club, Alana told a regular, handing over the latest literary fiction. The prose is beautiful but accessible. You always know just what we need. How long have you worked here now? About a month? Time moved differently in this new life. The body felt natural now, movements unconsciously feminine. The morning routine of shower, moisturizer, light makeup, choosing between pink or cream tops had become automatic. David still struggled with pronouns occasionally, catching himself mid-sentence. Sorry, she left her keys on the counter again. It's fine. I know it's weird. Weird doesn't begin to cover it. But you seem happy? Happy felt too strong. Adapted, certainly. Accepting the irreversible nature of the change had brought a certain peace. Fighting the impossible only brought misery. I'm managing. Your parents called again. They're worried that Lachlan hasn't returned their calls. The family situation remained unresolved. How could anyone explain this? Phone calls went unanswered. Texts accumulated. Eventually, a new story would need crafting, but not yet. Edith promoted Alana to assistant manager after 2 months, praising her work ethic and customer rapport. The additional responsibility came with keys and alarm codes, trust built on a foundation of fiction. You're the best hire I've made in years. Customers ask for you specifically now. Thank you. I love working here. Truth hidden in plain sight. The bookstore had become home in ways the rental house never quite managed. Between shelves of stories, one more impossible tale fit perfectly. Summer arrived with oppressive heat. The pink blouses gave way to lighter fabrics, still pink but cotton instead of polyester. The floral skirts remained, swishing around knees that had learned to navigate the world differently. Alana, can you help me find something for my daughter? She's just getting into reading. The mother looked harried, toddler clutching her hand. Of course. What kinds of stories does she enjoy? Building recommendations, organizing displays, managing inventory. The tasks filled days that might otherwise dwell on impossibility. The sphere gathered dust on a shelf at home, its purpose fulfilled and secrets kept. David found his own apartment after 4 months, the constant reminder of transformation, too much to process daily. It's not you, it's just, every time I see you I remember that morning. It's too strange. I understand. You'll be okay on your own? I've been on my own since this happened, just in a different way. The house felt empty after he left, but solitude brought its own comfort. No more careful pronoun corrections, no more explaining outfit choices or makeup purchases. Just Alana, building a life from fragments of the impossible. The driver's license issue resolved through creative channels. A friend of Edith's who specialized in helping women escape dangerous situations. The paperwork might not withstand deep scrutiny, but it sufficed for daily existence. Thank you for not asking questions. Honey, I learned long ago that sometimes people need fresh starts. Whatever brought you here, you're safe now. Safety in fiction. Protection in assumed identity. The pink blouses and floral skirts weren't costume anymore, but simply clothes. The reflection in mirrors showed truth, even if that truth defied explanation. Fall brought changing leaves and new book releases. Regular customers had favorites to pre-order. The Halloween display needed arranging, normal concerns for a normal life built on extraordinary foundations. Alana, you're working too many hours. Take a day off. I like being here. I know, but burnout helps no one. Go shopping, see a movie, do something just for you. The mall felt different now. Victoria's Secret no longer intimidated. Size charts made sense. The saleswoman recognized a regular customer, offering opinions on new arrivals. This pink set just came in. It would look lovely with your complexion. I'll try it on. The fitting room mirror reflected someone comfortable in their skin. The months of adjustment had sculpted confidence from confusion. Pink remained the dominant color. It simply felt right now. New purchases filled bags. Not from necessity this time, but desire. A silk blouse in blush. A skirt with embroidered roses. Heels that might actually see wear beyond practice sessions. The food court provided people-watching opportunities. Families juggled trays and children. Teenagers clustered around tables, absorbed in phones. Normal life happening around someone living anything but. Excuse me, where did you get that cardigan? It's adorable. The woman asking had similar coloring, probably seeking style inspiration. Target, actually. They have great basics. Thank you. I love your whole outfit, actually. Very put together. Small validations that appearance matched intention. The early days of obvious discomfort had passed. Movement came naturally now, posture adjusted, gestures unconsciously graceful. Winter arrived with demands for heavier clothes. The pink blouses layered under sweaters. Boots replaced flats. The bookstore installed better heating after Alana mentioned customers complaining. You always think of these things. What would I do without you? Freeze, apparently. Edith laughed, the sound warming the small space between mystery and romance sections. I'm thinking of retiring next year. Would you consider buying the store? The question stopped breathing for a moment. That's a huge decision. Think about it. You love this place as much as I do. Maybe more. Ownership meant deeper roots in this constructed life, bank accounts and business licenses and 1,000 other complications, but also stability, purpose, a future built on present acceptance. I'll think about it. Christmas passed quietly. A small tree in the apartment, gifts exchanged with new friends made through work. The family situation remained frozen, calls unanswered, a problem for another day that never seemed to arrive. You should reach out, David said during a rare coffee meeting. They deserve to know you're alive. And tell them what? The truth? Hi, Mom. Your son is now your daughter because of an alien sphere in the backyard? That truth? Maybe a modified version. I'll think about it. Thinking about it stretched through winter into spring. The 1-year anniversary of transformation approached with mixed emotions. Grief for what was lost. Gratitude for what was found. Confusion about feeling more comfortable now than ever before. The pink blouses had multiplied, filling a closet that once held nothing but jeans and band t-shirts. The floral skirts swayed with practiced ease. Makeup took 5 minutes instead of 45. Hair fell in soft waves that needed minimal styling. You look happy, Edith observed during inventory. Really happy. I am. Surprised at the honesty of it. Happiness had snuck in through accumulated moments. Customer smiles. Perfect book recommendations. Sunset light through store windows. A life built one ordinary day at a time. Good. You deserve happiness. Everyone deserved happiness. Even those who found it through impossible circumstances. The sphere remained on its shelf, occasionally dusted, never activated again. Research yielded nothing. Origin remained mysterious. Purpose stayed unclear beyond the obvious effect. Maybe it was meant for you, David suggested during another coffee meeting. Maybe you were always supposed to be Alana. That's ridiculous. Is it? You're thriving. You never smiled this much before. I smiled. Not like this. Not genuine. You were existing before. Now you're living. Living as Alana. The name fit perfectly now, flowing off tongues that never stumbled. The body moved through space it was meant to occupy. Pink-suited skin that glowed with health. Acceptance had transformed into embrace. Edith made the retirement official in June. The paperwork's ready whenever you decide. No pressure, but I can't imagine anyone else taking over. The lawyer Edith recommended specialized in discreet transitions. Papers signed with names that told new truths. Keys passed between hands that had learned different shapes. Congratulations, owner. Owner of a bookstore. employer of part-time staff, member of the business community, all built on a foundation of transformation that grew more distant with each passing day. The grand reopening featured pink balloons, purely coincidental but perfectly appropriate. Regular customers brought flowers. The local paper ran a feature on young entrepreneurs revitalizing downtown. "How long have you been in town?" the reporter asked, recorder balanced between coffee cups. "About a year and a half now." "What brought you here?" "I needed a fresh start. Found it between these shelves." Truth wrapped in careful words. The article ran with a photo of Alana surrounded by books, pink blouse bright against dark wood shelves. Professional, established, real. Summer brought tourist season and increased sales. New releases flew off shelves. The romance section expanded into mysteries territory. Part-time help became necessary. "I'm looking for someone reliable," Alana told applicants. "Someone who loves books and doesn't mind weekend shifts." The right person appeared like magic, a college student named Emma who devoured fantasy novels and had opinions about proper shelving systems. Alphabetical by author within genre, but new releases should have their own section for visibility. Hired. Training someone else revealed how much knowledge had accumulated, inventory systems mastered, customer preferences memorized, business rhythms internalized. "You make it look so easy," Emma said after a particularly busy Saturday. "Practice. Everything gets easier with practice. Even impossible transformations, apparently." The family issue finally forced itself forward through an unexpected visit. The bell chimed on a slow Tuesday afternoon. A familiar figure stood silhouetted in doorway light. "Mom?" But the woman entering wasn't looking at Alana. Her eyes searched the store frantically. "Excuse me, I'm looking for my son." "Lachlan? He lived near here. Tall, brown hair, about your age." The moment stretched infinitely. Truth and fiction warred behind careful expression. "I haven't seen anyone by that description. I'm sorry." "He disappeared over a year ago, just stopped calling. His roommate said he moved suddenly but won't say where." Tears threatened the older woman's composure. Maternal grief radiated across the small space. "Would you like to sit down? I can make tea." "You're very kind. I need to know he's okay, that's all." The back office provided privacy. Tea emerged from the electric kettle kept for long inventory nights. Hands that had learned delicate movements poured carefully. "Tell me about him, your son?" And she did. Stories of childhood tumbled out. First days of school, failed guitar lessons, college graduation, details that cut deep with familiarity. He was always so independent, never needed anyone. But this silence, it's not like him. Maybe he needed to become someone new. Maybe the person he was didn't fit anymore. "I would have accepted anything, any change. I just want my child safe." The words hung between them. Acceptance offered blindly. Love unconditional despite not knowing conditions. What if he had to change in ways that seemed impossible? Would you still want to know? Of course. Nothing matters except knowing he's alive. He's alive. Different. Completely different. But alive and finally happy. Her mother's eyes sharpened, studying the face across from her. Recognition dawned slowly. Disbelief fighting evidence. "Lachlan? Not anymore. Alana now. Permanently." The story spilled out in careful pieces. The sphere, the transformation, the new life built from necessity that became choice. Her mother listened without interruption, tea cooling between trembling hands. "So you see why I couldn't call, couldn't explain. My child, you're still my child, but not your son. Then my daughter, if that's who you are now." Tears came then, months of suppressed emotion breaking through. Her mother crossed the small space, arms wrapping around shoulders that shook with relief. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I stayed away." "Shh, you're here now. That's what matters." The afternoon stretched into evening. Questions came gently, answered honestly. The pink blouse got tears on it. Makeup definitely needed touching up. But bridges rebuilt themselves word by word. "You look beautiful, happy. That's all I wanted to know." "I am happy. Surprisingly happy." Then that's enough for me. Her mother left with promises to visit again, to call regularly, to slowly reintroduce this new reality to the rest of the family. The bookstore felt different after, fuller somehow, more honest. Emma noticed the change immediately. You seem lighter today. Good news? Family stuff got resolved. Finally. That's wonderful. Family complications are the worst. If only she knew. The year turned again. Pink blouses cycled through seasons, long-sleeved for winter, sleeveless for summer, always present. The floral skirts adapted too. Wool for cold months, cotton for warm. The body wearing them had long since stopped feeling foreign. 2 years, David mentioned over their now monthly coffee. Can you believe it? Feels like yesterday and forever simultaneously. Do you ever think about before? Less and less. This is who I am now. And you're okay with that? Really okay? More than okay. I think I was meant to find that sphere, meant to become Alana. That's very zen of you. Or just practical. Can't change it, might as well embrace it. But embrace felt too passive for the active construction of this life. Every choice, from pink blouses to bookstore ownership, had built something worth protecting. The store thrived under careful management. Emma graduated to assistant manager. A second part-time employee joined for busy seasons. The romance section conquered additional territory. We should host author events, Emma suggested. Build community engagement. Draw up a proposal. Let's see what's possible. Leadership came naturally now. Decisions flowed from experience. The business degree gathering dust somewhere in the past life finally found application. You're a natural at this, the accountant said during quarterly review. Most new owners struggle initially. I had excellent training. Edith visited occasionally, beaming at the store's success. She'd moved to a retirement community, but kept tabs on her legacy. You've exceeded every hope I had. The stores never looked better. Your foundation made it possible. No, dear, you made it possible. Own your success. Owning success meant acknowledging the journey. From desperate mall shopping to confident business owner, from stumbling in heels to gliding through daily life, from denial to acceptance to genuine contentment. The sphere moved to a safety deposit box eventually. Too dangerous for casual display, too important to discard. The mystery of its origin remained unsolved, and somehow that felt appropriate. Some transformations defied explanation. What would you do if you could change back? Emma asked one evening while closing. The question had haunted early days, but rarely surfaced now. Honestly, I wouldn't. This is who I am. Even though it was forced on you? Maybe it wasn't forced. Maybe it was release. Permission to become who I was supposed to be. That's beautiful. Beautiful felt too simple for the complex truth, but language failed at capturing transformation this complete. The pink blouses weren't costume, but preference. The floral skirts weren't necessity, but choice. Alana wasn't fiction, but fact. The 3rd anniversary approached with another family gathering planned. Her mother had paved the way carefully, preparing relatives for changes they couldn't imagine. Support came easier than expected, though some struggled with pronouns initially. Just remember she's happy, her mother told resistant relatives. That's what matters. Happiness radiated from small moments. Perfect book recommendations that made customers smile. Sunrise coffee before opening. Evening walks in floral skirts that swished with each step. A life built on impossible foundations that had become unshakably real. The bell chimed, bringing present focus back. A young woman entered, looking lost among the shelves. Can I help you find something? I'm looking for books about starting over, new beginnings. I have just the section for you. Follow me. Leading her through familiar aisles, past romance and mystery to the self-help section, carefully curated for seekers. Books about transformation, change, becoming who you're meant to be. These might help. Everyone deserves their own fresh start. Thank you. You seem like someone who understands. More than you know. The pink blouse caught afternoon light through windows. Blonde hair fell in practiced waves. Movements flowed with unconscious grace. 3 years had transformed crisis into contentment. impossibility into identity. The register sang its electronic song. Books passed between hands that had learned new shapes. Another customer left with stories that might change their life, or at least their afternoon. Emma handled the afternoon rush while Alana retreated to the office for paperwork, bills and orders, and the 1,000 small tasks that kept a business running. Normal concerns for a normal life that had grown from extraordinary seeds. Her phone buzzed. David sending a photo from his new apartment, finally decorated after months of boxes. "Looks great," she texted back. "Proud of you for adulting. Learned from the best. Coffee Tuesday?" "Always." Friendships had evolved, but survived. The initial strangeness gave way to new normal. People adapted, pronouns adjusted, relationships reformed around truth. Closing time arrived with familiar rhythms. Register counted. Lights dimmed. Door locked against the evening. The walk home in sensible flats passed quickly, muscle memory navigating familiar streets. The house felt right-sized now without a roommate. Decorations reflected current tastes, softer colors, fresh flowers, furniture that fit a different frame. The bedroom closet overflowed with pink and cream and floral patterns that sparked joy. Evening routines unfolded peacefully, makeup removed with practiced swipes, comfortable clothes replacing professional wear, dinner for one that satisfied without loneliness. The sphere's absence from the shelf barely registered anymore. Its work was done, purpose fulfilled. Whatever civilization created, it probably never imagined this outcome. A bookstore owner in a small town, living quietly, contentedly. Her journal waited on the nightstand. Daily entries had tracked the journey from those first terrifying days through acceptance into joy. Recent entries focused on business plans, family dinners, normal life lived fully. "Year 3, she wrote. "Sometimes I forget there was a before. This feels like who I always was, just waiting for permission to exist. The pink blouses make me smile. The floral skirts feel like freedom. I am Alana, completely and permanently, and that's exactly who I want to be." The pen rested against lips that had learned to smile differently. Tomorrow would bring new books to shelve, customers to help, a business to run. Normal tasks for a woman who had found her place through impossible means. Outside, stars emerged in the darkening sky. Somewhere among them, perhaps, existed answers about the sphere. But questions mattered less than results. Transformation complete, life embraced, identity claimed. The journal closed on another day. Lights switched off one by one. Sleep came easily to a body that finally felt like home. Dreams, when they came, featured nothing more exotic than successful author events and expanded shelf space.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out my other socials if you want more content, early access, behind the scenes, and more. All links down below.